Having fun, but the Aurora makes a lot of sense here. Even blind, especially with the struggles that Scout has been having recently, it's hard to imagine he's going to punish one of the strongest picks left in the pool here. But let's wait and see what he's got in mind. As Mel has been a common response.
Taliyah, Ari,
Skarner, actually kind of a thing.
Taliyah?
Okay, Taliyah is going to be the opt-in.
Taliyah slowly creeping her way back into the meta.
Is it Aurora top or Twisted Fate top? Do lose to QMDRX. Spletta is going to ignore this, and I'm going to find out about Ashe Seraphine.
Yeah, kind of a confusing time to go for a hook.
Just going to be a Skarner, or rather a Pantheon that's trying to farm up. A Sponge is going to look for a second pass here.
Yeah, looking to get in. They take a bit of damage already. The Seraphine going to miss a lot, but he flashes through, and that is the kill. The first blood does go over to Sponge.
He is fairly vulnerable to a Skarner gank, but that ward is going to really get some insane value. Well, maybe not.
Oh, he's going to get hopped on. Casting in a lot of trouble here. He's going to flash away, though. Sponge is still here. I mean, this is very telegraphed, but they have a level 6 Taliyah, so definitely... Sponge is on the wrong side of the wall, though, so he's not in a great spot, but they're still going to get this pick on a Namgung. But now the rest of the squad is going to come on over as Romer going to land a big ult. Going in aggressively is Gideon, picks up the kill onto the Ashe. As now Scout in a lot of trouble, has to flash that one. Sponge still in the thick of things, looking for the kill on a Gideon. One auto will get it done. And a rock into Romer does a bit more damage.
It was very far away from the target.
And now you've got Taliyah, you've got Skarner. And there's a bottom lane, as that is going to be the charm in it. Teddy does dodge pretty much everything perfectly. Teddy going to get away. We got a TP coming in, and Sponge flashes to safety for now. But now Romer trying to line it up. Sponge a little bit too tanky, as that's going to be a wall right through the heart of the Bro members. Sponge continuing to engage. And Teddy doesn't quite have the damage just yet to get through the entirety of the Gnome Shim lineup. As maybe now the double up. He is going to get the kill on the Seraphine. But Diable has the follow-up. A couple autos gets it done, and Sponge is going to die. Double kill comes through for Teddy. And Romer trying to pick up the scraps, but he won't get any.
Sometimes a gank goes wrong on the other side of the map. That's... Oh, man.
Well, fake. As now Diable is in a ton of trouble. Just going to find himself face-to-face with an Aurora. Doesn't like his chances there. So now an ult's going to come down. They're going to push Scout out of here. But we do have now Romer trying to follow up. Namgung wants to continue on this one. Sponge kind of alone. A lot of CC into him from this Nautilus. Not sure if it's enough as the Impale. Kind of confusing. Nice little knockback here in a Romer.
And a win here would be closer to the best. It would tie it, but then you'd be closer to making the record as we have an ult.
All right, we're going in. We're pressing our buttons straight into the Seraphine as Gideon going to be taking a long journey. Does put up a shield. A lot of damage here on the backline from Romer as now Sponge kind of on his lonesome against 4. But here comes Scout and the Impale is going to find one. Scout gets the kill on a Gideon and Namgung is going to pay the price. Diable stays alive and it's 3 kills for Gnome Shim and maybe make it 4 as a rock gets him down. Romer is taken out by Sponge. 4 kills for 0 for Gnome Shim.
Frankly, a bit more egregious than the last one that we saw from Gnome Shim. For Gnome Shim, he kind of got a little bit outplayed. His Scout, not again. Surely not. He's fine. He'll be okay. He's totally okay.
I don't feel like casting really has any damage right now. He's
win streak.
Yeah, maybe finding themselves
maybe heading away
against a wall between a rock and a hard place. There is going to be the flash of a Sponge. Actually, the arrow also missing from Diable. Sponge trying to be proactive here. That is a lot of damage into Diable. The flank comes in from Romer, and we immediately jump into a pause.
The game since we're going to jump into this fight.
Ashe
is dead.
Impale misses. Skarner pretty much dead. Sponge is really tanky, but it's not going to be enough. That's a big Seraphine ult. A little bit too little too late, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. This TP seems a little bit late. Especially, you know, they're going to go headfirst into a Seraphine. So, wall's going to come down. It looks like Nongshim actually want to go for a fight, which is pretty interesting. Sponge going to find a Nautilus, but that's not exactly the best. Seraphine ult's not going to do a whole lot, but they do take down the Nautilus. Sponge is so tanky as they finally get him down.
I don't know if you have to dive this. We put the no diving sign out in our out of our mouths.
Over. He's got Flash and Ghost. Roamer's almost dead.
Yeah, I think he probably is.
Yeah, Scout is getting in there. We know he does not have any chill in this game. That's going to be a flash out of Gideon.
We have a flanking misfortune, I guess.
I mean, he can do a lot of damage. And now Kingan's like, oh crap, no flash for me. He's going to land the boomerang, but he is not going to land or stick the landing, as that is going to be the end of him. A nice little kill for Teddy picked up.
Romer's looking for a big angle here.
They got a TF on the move as well. Diable taking insane amounts of damage, but Teddy is going to be blocked, and there's the Impale. They're going to try to go for Romer here and burst him down. Tons of damage shelled out into Diable and Pleta, but it's still a kill.
How about Baron?
Just do Baron. Okay.
Well, I think Nongshim might find out they're not playing the K-Ram anymore. They're like, you can't get Dragon. They're like, yeah, we're definitely doing that. We're pushing mid. We're K-Ram. There's 5 of us here. Look at Namgung. You guys are seeing 3 of that Nautilus, right?
They
gotta realize. They gotta realize what's going on.
They have no idea. They're like, yeah, there's no way.
They're
okay,
like,
now
push my Dragon.
Now the Hawkshot comes in, and it's too late. Like, they can't go over there, so they just have to accept the consolation prize, Ocean Drake. Lessened, but this has kind of just been the classic from Nongshim, as we are going to have a bunch of ults thrown in, a deep TP as well. They're going to kill Namgung already, basically, as now Kingan looking for more, but a gold card might just be enough. But here comes the wall. Scout always wanting more today, and he might be able to find Gideon. They are going to get his flash away, and Sponge still on the chase. Big Romer ult, but he's very alone, hopping back and forth. Got to be very careful here. The bullet time is confusing, and now Romer has to flash away himself. As Nongshim, I guess they win that fight.
He has TP, so we'll be able to join at any time. As now Kingan, speaking of...
Boy. They're going to throw a lot into this Gnar. Diable's here, and so is Pleta. And maybe a turnaround. I mean, Diable's trying to frontline here on this Ash, going to take a huge amount of damage. But now Teddy, a little bit close to the sun, also has to flash away. This game is so chaotic. Like, what is going on? Down goes the Gnar, but down goes the Pantheon. So again, bit of a trade.
This is a 3v5 for Breon. 3v5!
Yeah, that's an Aurora. We're going to find him.
Now there's an Aurora here. Now it's a 4v4.
Arrow going to miss. And, I mean, there's not a lot here for the side of Bro, but they're continuing to fight. Super low on the health bars, low on the mana, too. Diable gonna get knocked up, but no follow-up. They're just going into Sponge. The flash on in, he catches Teddy, but no follow-up. And that's gonna be 2 kills for Bro. As Diable and Pleta need to go away. They're losing at their own game. And underneath the turret, he just gets burst down. And that is a massive lead now for Bro. Yeah, I get you and Gideon mixed up a lot.
We're pretty much the same person.
Yeah.
Well, this is a pretty big deficit here for Nongshim. They're going to have to fight their way through.
All right, they're trying to land stuff on a Diable, but they're just throwing everything into Sponge once again. But Diable, they just have too many tools to get into the back line, and they take him down. And that is so much of the DPS of this composition. Scout all by his lonesome. And we might be looking at 8 in a row for Bro.
That chimpanzee with the symbols got a lot of battery power.
Oh my God.
That's what came to mind when I saw that. Just got new AAAs. All right. That's the end of the game. The Bros cannot be stopped. They're going to tie the streak, Valdez.
Yeah, it looks like it.
The Bromentum.
The Bromentum can't be stopped. Not in this era of Switch 2, and they are looking to end the game as the Gnar doesn't do anything. 2-0 again for Bro, and the train keeps going for this squad.
it up.